Thanks everyone. Today we're going to explore writing equations of parallel lines. Specifically, we're going to stick to slope-intercept form. So first we need a couple definitions in our notes, just 2 lines, okay? The first is that parallel lines are lines that never intersect. I feel like that's something you've probably learned in the past. Typically, we talk about how railroad tracks are good examples of parallel lines. They never intersect. They're always equally spaced. And when you go to geometry, you'll learn that these symbols also mean parallel. Now, how are we going to use that information? Well, specifically, parallel lines have the same slope. So what's in red is very important. Parallel lines have the same slope. So that'll make it pretty easy. So if I'm talking about slope-intercept form, you don't have to write this down. That's y equals mx plus b. So let's say I have another line of y equals mx plus b. There's going to be consistency. These m's, the moves, the slope should be the same number. These are going to be different, okay? They're going to start at different y-intercepts. So for example, I might have a line like this. And I might have a line like this, and they both have m's of 1, right? And they have different y-intercepts. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on today. So let's look at a few examples. The first example, we're going to decide, are these graphs parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Well, we haven't learned about perpendicular yet, so let's just ask, are they parallel? So which numbers are their slopes? Well, the slopes are always located in front of the x. So if that's this line's m and that's this line's m, are the slopes exactly the same? No, they're not. Negative 4/5 is not equal to 4/5. So not parallel, okay? Even if they look the same, that sign, they're not the same. And you'll also notice we totally ignored the y-intercept. We don't need that information. All right, here's really where we're going to spend a lot of time. Given a line, such as y equals 2/3 x minus 1, write a new equation of a line that is parallel and has a y-intercept of -4. Okay, so let's go back to the basics. When we're writing in slope-intercept form, we have to fill in the m and the b. So let's start by talking about the m. M is my slope. If it's parallel to this line, then I want to use this slope. We copy the slope when it's parallel. You're just going to reuse it. That's all. And we're given the information that it has a y-intercept of -4. So my b value is -4. Let's look at another one. Given the line y equals 2x plus 3, write the equation of a line that's parallel and has a y-intercept of -12. So I'm going to set up my template, starting off with parallel. If it's parallel, my m's are the same. So if this line has a slope of 2, then I want my new line to have a slope of 2. You copy the m value. Okay. What you have to be careful of is we want to use the y-intercept of -12. So my b is -12. So we've been doing this before where I say, here's the m, here's the b, write the equation. That's what we've been doing for months now. The difference is how I'm giving you the information, okay? What you have to be careful of is, though, this 3, the other y-intercept doesn't mean anything. We just ignore it, okay? All right, let's take a look at one more. Given the line y equals -1x minus 5, write the equation of a line that is parallel and has a y-intercept of -8. So let's set up my y equals mx plus or minus b. Slope, let's start with slope. For my m, if it's parallel, I want to keep the same slope. So you're just going to copy it down. Then for my beginning or my y-intercept, it says, hey, use -8. So we fill it in. If it's a +8, we'd put a plus sign. So make sure you carry that sign down. Again, we're ignoring that piece. All right, so key things, if we were to summarize everything, we are continuing to use slope-intercept form. We're continuing to plug in b. B will be given to you, so pay attention to the y-intercept. Okay. M, you're going to keep parallel lines slope. So whatever slope was in the other line, you're going to reuse it. Okay. Keep or reuse. Maybe that word sounds a little better for you. Make sure, as always, you check out Google Classroom. What's going on there? What's the expectation? Read directions carefully. Okay, what do you need to do to earn credit? And as always, Power School, you guys, what are you missing? I'm going to start emailing everyone and make sure you're caught up, okay? And until next time, have a good one.